Hi guys, and welcome back to the channel. This is probably the last video that you're ever going to watch on this channel because property in itself, and buy-to-let in particular, is dead. It's completely shut down. It's some of the biggest load of bullshit I've been hearing since I started 10 years ago. Of course it's not bloody dead, but that's exactly what we're going to be breaking down in today's video. Seriously, I've been hearing this for years. The recession, property's over. Brexit, property is dead. Anti-establishment taxation. Oh my God, property is down the pan. Buy-to-let will never see another day. Oh my God, COVID's come up. Tenants aren't paying money. We've got the end of the bloody world hitting us on track. And has anything come to fruition? Well, let's break that down and actually analyze each of those situations and how it's actually impacted the property market. Let's go through these one by one. So we'll say the dip, also known as the recession in 2007, all shit hit the fan. But what actually happened to average property prices in that era? Well, so what actually happened very temporarily is we were here. 184,000. This was the average property price. And then when the recession hit, it ended up dropping down to 150,000. Oh my God. Okay, this is a massive impact. But what happens? Because what you need to understand with property is you don't wait to buy property, you buy property and wait. And the key is wait, because capital growth doesn't happen overnight. Also, a lot of people go, oh my God, all of these will get pulled, right? Well, no, the people that got their mortgages pulled were people that over-leveraged themselves. If you actually leverage appropriately, hardly anyone at all, apart from people that did some dodgy stuff, got pulled. But people act like mortgages got pulled left, right and centre. It didn't. Look at the statistics behind that. But what's happened since then is the more important thing, because if you didn't sell then, you didn't lose any money. In the same way, if you just made 20 grand, amazing, celebrate, feel good about it. But you're not going to sell the property because it went up 20 grand. I'm looking at the next 20, 50, 100,000 over the next 10, 20 and 30 years. That's going to impact me. So what happened after? Well, let's fast forward to now, over a decade or just over a decade. The average is, has it gone past 108? Yes, it's gone way up here. The average right now is £270,000, which is huge, by the way, and a huge amount of that increase has been in the last year or two. But look at this, even in its height there, that is £94,000 increase. If you just went in blind and didn't have a clue what you were doing, you would have £90,000 net worth added to your bottom line per property. What about the next one? Tax. Thank you, government, for doing this so brilliantly. Taxation. Oh my God. Section 24, what are we to do? Everyone back then, before Section 24, was building a portfolio in their personal names, which was pretty good because people could hide things without anyone finding out. And there's loads of tax benefits until the government went, well, okay, now we're going to have massive issues with this. And then they go, do you know what? We need to appease people because everyone hates these buy-to-let landlords. Sorry guys, Section 24. See, the thing is, in every business, there's always problems that come up, and you're going to get the losers that play victim to that, and they did. And then you have the solution providers, which in my opinion are the only people that belong in the property world anyway, and business. And they went, well, I'll tell you what, tax actually looks all right in a limited company. Lo and behold, under the radar, what the government did at the exact same time as Section 24 is made it a lot easier to transfer properties with tax benefits to transferring them, loosened the taxation in companies and allowed certain expenses that they never did before within a limited company structure. See, actually, most people actually weren't impacted negatively at all, and in fact were helped in a lot of ways for the people looking for the solutions. Buy-to-let, not so dead at that point. What about Brexit? Brexit was a fun one. I remember Brexit very well, and we're not talking about the execution of Brexit, which, by the way, has now been passed with the Article 50 or whatever it was that none of us seem to hear about. I'm talking about when the vote went in. What happened? Oh my God, it fell to its arse, right? Well, not quite. I do remember the phone calls though, because I had a load of properties going through. I had investors that I was packaging deals to going, oh my God, we need to do this. Oh my God, oh my God. Everyone the next week went into panic mode. And it's like, will you calm down a second? And actually people utilized it to get a great deal. But again, let's not go on emotions and behaviors. Let's look at the numbers. Now you need to take these numbers with a pinch of salt because it's a national average, because other areas would have been impacted, but this represents, if you were to go in blind, this represents the average of what you would achieve. So the average price at January 2016, which is when this vote went through, 2016, we were looking at £205,000 as an average property price. Now, I'll be completely honest, there was a temporary dip for about 2 months after the vote went through, when everyone went, oh my God, what does this actually mean? If you remember, the pound absolutely plummeted. But the thing is, when the pound plummets, what does that mean? Let's talk economics here. What that means is everybody that isn't having the home currency as a pound is able to buy the pound at a massive discount. So then what you had is people from other countries buying London property at the same prices that we were buying them prior or more, and they were still getting it for less. Let me explain that. If I can get £10 with $10, okay, say I'm buying the pound, $10 for £10, but now with $10, I get £15, but the property prices are still 100,000 or 200,000 in this case. I can buy more property with my home currency than I could before. Hopefully that makes sense. So whilst we might have been suffering, everyone else around the world were able to plummet their money into property prices at a 20 to 30% discount for that 2 months. It was a buying frenzy from foreign investors. So much so that if we fast forward a year to January 2017, suddenly we have average purchase prices of £2,017,000. So even in this, oh my God, economic crisis, everyone is going to go crazy, we still went up £12,000 from doing nothing but patiently wait. Even when Brexit came through, by the way, which was January 2020, we were looking at an average price of £231,000. Fast forward to Jan 2021. And by the way, worth going back there again was a slight dip in the market for about, you ready, 3 weeks. Never mind 3 weeks, nobody's making purchase or selling decisions in that time frame. Fast forward a year, we are looking at £254,000 in January 2021. Now let's not forget, what else happened within this time period? The big C, the last couple of years, what we've been dealing with, lockdowns left, right and centre, right? But again, all of that happened in this period here. So what happened when we went into that first lockdown? We went into a buying frenzy. I'll be completely honest, I was picking up property about 30% lower, had to buy cash and go quickly, right? Because people went into panic mode. Oh my God, I'm never going to be able to sell property, do this, blah, 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 blah. 30% discounts. What happened after 2 months? I was having to compete with people paying 10% above the market value, not just the market value from the dip, I mean above the original market value. So much so that in the last 12 months, or 2 years, let's go for the last 12 months, we've had over a 12% rise across the UK in capital value of the average property, which is insane. Essentially, what you're seeing throughout all of this is when there is a major movement, we have a bit of a wobble going on. We go, oh my God, everything's crazy. And then you go, oh no, wait. No matter what shitstorm is out there, I kind of still need a roof over my head and I can't find one. This is basic economics. You can sulk, bitch and do whatever you want, but ultimately we all need a home, and in the UK there's not enough of them. There's 67 roughly million people in the UK right now, with 41 million being of working age. There's 41 million people of working age right now, adults, only 25 million properties in the UK, of which only around 5 million, it's actually 21%, but 5 million are in the private rental sector. So let's say only 20% of that 41 million at any one point in time is looking for a property to rent. That's around 8 million people looking to rent properties per 5 million that are currently available. Now, naturally, the stock will go up over time, but as will demand over time in that cyclical nature. And so with basic economics, when the fundamentals are there, where demand far exceeds supply, it's easy to understand the economics behind that. So obviously there's going to be some of those coupling up. Obviously, there are also going to be years where it ebbs and flows. But when I hear these people going, get out of property whilst you still can. I had somebody comment the other day going, get out of property whilst the values are higher than the mortgages. It's like, honestly, I don't care about it. Ultimately, it's an investment. There is risk associated with it. But this isn't a want or a desire. This is a need for people. And as property prices go up, more are going into the rents. And we are the generation rent myself, where people are having to rent more and more. And ultimately, this is propping up the whole thing that is not about to change. Will buy-to-let ever die? No, I can say with absolute confidence it won't go at all. It cannot die. The only true risk that I ever worry about within property is government legislation. But again, property in the UK specifically is so fundamental to the country's wealth and growth that I'm just not worried about it. Will it shift over time? Yes. Will there be another recession? Yes. But if you're one of these people out there going, oh, recession's coming, a recession's coming, guess what? You'll be right eventually. You tout the same shit, it will come true. In the same way, I'll go, there's going to be a massive spike in the market. And when there is, go, yeah, look at me. Yeah, look, that shit's going to happen. It's going to go down over time. Yes, there's going to be massive booms, but consistently, since the Doomsday Book in 1086, where the first ever property prices were measured, we have doubled on average every 10 years. And I'm not saying the past guarantees the future, but it is a good indication of it. So my prediction and my advice would be, don't wait to buy property and wait. But hey, it's not about me, it's about you. What are you doing in the investment market right now? Let me know in the comments. And if you got value from this video and this, let's face it, little rant of mine, make sure to destroy the like button. And if you're new to the channel and you want to buy a property, you want to invest and you want to scale up, this is definitely the channel for you. Make sure to tap the subscribe button and smash the notification bell, and I'll see you in the next video.